What's up? This Mark Choppa. You tuned in to Smack Life TV. I'm Mark Manley, also known as Mark Choppa. I'm a celebrity bodyguard, also a gun enthusiast. I post videos online to normalize black communities and black families getting legal firearms. And I do skits, I make music, anything that has to do with gun training and gun awareness. That's the lane I'm in.
How you get in the bodyguard?
How did I get in the bodyguard, man? Been a bodyguard for a long time, over 10 years. As soon as I turned 18, I started bouncing at DC Star. That was the first club I started working at. The TCB on Mondays, so started like that and I loved it. And it was easy money for a young kid. But as soon as I turned 18, I started I was getting in trouble. So that was a way to kind of, do something positive. And then I started working my way up, started getting my own security team, started getting my own guys. I went to different clubs, door to door, and I got my own team.
Yeah.
Started making deals with different club owners on U Street, A Street, and it went very well. So then I started, legitifying my company. Instead of a security team, I wanted to have a security company. So it started, started doing well.
So how was that building that team and then building a rapport with the clubs and stuff like that?
Just start building my name. Your name is everything. I would get called last minute. I would pull up last minute. And, clubs is going on 10, 11 o'clock at night. I would be getting called at 11 o'clock. Hey, I need your team here. I would get my dogs and we would get right to it, man. And then so we started building that rapport, building that relationship. Hey, you can count on those guys. We were known as manly security or manly protection, just being reliable. I would say we had 18, 19 contracts in the DC area. And for a young man, and I was about 25 years old when I actually started building on my security team. We was making good money, and my team was too. So the name got out there. I started working with different artists, Shorty, Light Show, definitely a lot of DC natives.
So you were doing personal bodyguard?
Personal bodyguard, yep. My name started getting out there, and managers started hitting me up of the artists. I work with a lot of artists, Wife and Lucci, Free Slim, Pee Wee Longway, quite a few. Drew Santana, DJ Paul. I've been doing different events with big artists there, and I was highly requested, highly recommended. Just being focused, and building a reputation that I will be on time, I will be accountable, I will be reliable, and I was good with these. That come with it too. You gotta train hard, you gotta work hard, you gotta go to the gun range, you gotta go to the gym, and you gotta be ready. You gotta be dangerous.
So when you start that saying, people say around this joint, stay sharp, stay dangerous, but when I feel like you you be pushing that, man, stay dangerous.
That's all. It just means, be prepared. It's a beautiful world, yes, but you also have to acknowledge that it's a very dangerous world as well. And you want to live on for your family, you want to live on for your kids, and you want to make it home. And you just got to be prepared for the worst at all times. And I push that. So that's where the saying came from. It was just instilled in my lifestyle. And I proved that time and time again. In various situations where, maybe my client was getting attacked, or maybe I dealt with, I was also working at Touche. That was it used to be Club 12. So we had guys coming in from that neighborhood, that area, Northeast area, Trinidad, 21st, East Street, all those surrounding neighborhoods, and they would come in deep, 20, 30 deep. And that's dangerous. Trying to run up on somebody and tell them put their cigarette out or put their weed out. And they got 20, 30 goons on them, So it was definitely a dangerous situation, but that's when I learned how to de-escalate. Man respect man. And those de-escalation tools kept me alive.
So how you become an advocate for the firearms?
Yeah, this gonna get deep, man. This gonna get deep. See, growing up in our culture, we're not taught gun safety, and we We don't even know that we can legitimately go get our permits. It's not instilled in us. We grow up, guns are bad. My mother didn't let us play with guns. No water guns, toy guns, or nothing. And I don't blame those because of the way the system is set up. You know, a lot of young black men getting gunned down for toy guns. And they getting gunned down for having guns, period. Even if it's legal or illegal. So I don't blame them. But we're trying to normalize the fact that we have legal guns. And we're trying to get people to get their gun permits, get their carry concealed, so we can be dangerous, so we can be prepared legally, and not have to worry about authorities kicking in our door. So I started getting heavy into it because recently I was charged with a unregistered firearm, which I beat the charge, and since then, like I just started going hard. I started going hard for my people. Like, what was I thinking? Why was I running around like that, you know, the wrong way? And I don't want nobody to go through what I went through, having to defend themselves and still being charged because they didn't get go through the proper channels to become legitimate. So I'm pushing it, and I'm definitely out here motivating our people, man, to stay dangerous, man, the right way, to be smart.
How does that go? Because a lot of people don't know. Like, all right, so you got a gun or whatever, but you don't have it properly. You didn't acquire it properly, right? Mm-hmm. When you get into an altercation and you defend yourself, like, do you guilty, you innocent? Like, how do they see it, even if you defending yourself?
They're going to determine, the prosecution going to determine whether was the homicide justified. Were you justified in defending yourself? We're going to start there first. Because, you know, if anything is because DC is stand your ground. So that means you don't have a duty to retreat. That means you can defend yourself against a threat or attack, which in my case, you know, I was legit in the shooting being justified because I was a threat. You know, it was masked men and had guns. So I really didn't have a duty to retreat. You know, I had stood my ground. So once you get past that, they start looking into your credentials. Was the firearm registered? You know, say the prosecutor say, hey, he was justified. So now they start looking into every detail. Was the firearm registered? Did he have credentials? Did he have his concealed carry? You know, and if you don't have all your ducks in a row, they coming down on you hard. They gonna make an example out of you, especially if you're a black man. Y'all know this.
DC all federal charges.
DC all fed. They can still, even if you go in there and you beat your charge, they can still indict you. That's how DC is set up. So I stay dangerous out here the right way, man. Get legit.
I mean, who some people you linked up with, like with the entertainment type stuff? Cause you do the skits.
Yeah. So this is, I haven't even put this one out here. We did some work with Big Flop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't put it out there yet, but yeah, man, good man, always supporting, man. Like, he really represent for our city, man. Like, of course, Zan man, he family, and I'm always, hey man, you need to do the skit with me, you know what I mean? Because he's a little bro, he baby boy, man. So that's family. Nintendo, the rapper Nintendo, we're supposed to be doing a skit. I don't know where you at, Nintendo, but we supposed to link up. We supposed to do a lot of work. I've been getting a lot of requests to be in their videos because I'm starting to become a symbol of a black man with firearms and a black man that defended himself, you know, and beat the charges, which rarely happens.
You linked up with Black Rainbow.
How could I forget that, man? That's my brother, man. That Southern hospitality. Came down to see Black Rambo. Told him I wanted to do some work with him. And he was down, man. Get some skits out the way, you know. We supposed to be putting together a little competition against me and him, and that's gonna be pretty big. So everybody look forward to that. That'll be in March, and he's willing to come down to the DC area, so we can do that. So this is a real thing, man, for our people. You know, a new kind of competition for our people, man. Yeah. And so everything gonna be black owned. The merchants gonna be the merch gonna be black owned. The vendors gonna be black owned. You know, everything. We just trying to put together a nice event so we can all come together and do what we love to do. You know, shoot guns, eat some food, eat some good food. We're gonna cook on the grill. So Everybody stay tuned to that.
You was talking about
The Star, yeah, that was that was crazy. That was my first bouncer gig, and I was with the owners at the time were like Sony and Sony. It was like two Sonys, like a short, stubby one, and it was a more thinner, taller one. And yeah, man, it was cutting up in there. Yeah, we got into a lot. Like every night, we had to put on our gloves on and we had to go to work. So, and that's when like I don't know if a lot of y'all might not remember, but it had the Three Horsemen. They was there. So like it was a lot of big, strong, cock D's dudes bouncing. I'm not that big, but I was a little pit bull, and that's how I got my name.
You did you listen to Go-Go?
Yeah, I listened to Go-Go all my life, man. My mother used to blast RE going to school, man. And this first, second, third grade,
Yeah.
I'm DC native, PG County, stand up. Y'all, you know me, you know where I've been, and you know where I be.
Who your top bands?
UCB all day, man.
Yeah.
UCB in backyard, man. And shout out to Killer Kyle, man, because down at Touche, Killer Kyle from RE, down at Touche, man, they used to be fucking killing it down there, man.
Yeah.
And that was like my release, man. Going to work, but at the same time, listen to them good vibes, some congos, and yeah, be in my zone, man. Cause it take me to a place I'm sure a lot of DC natives can feel this. Take you to that place, just back home, feel like you home. This where I need to be. Cause it take you, back to memory lane when you was a kid and the cookouts and the go-go's was going on, and sweet memories, man.
How people reach out to you if they try and get educated on, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, there's so many people in my DMs. I try to reach back to as many as I can.
DMs going crazy?
Yeah, they crazy, man. They want to know how to get the license, and it's just some of the same questions. A lot of us don't know. We don't know. It's very easy to go get a gun permit. In DC, you need to go to a gun store and surround the gun store, PG County or wherever you at, and purchase your gun first. And then they'll send it to 500 Indiana Ave. Then you go finish your gun registration paperwork. They'll tell you go buy a gun, they'll tell you. That's the thing, we don't ask questions and we don't research. And that's been a problem in our culture. We hard-headed, but at the same time, like we don't know. Ain't nobody stepping in and teaching us about guns, period. And that's the first thing we do, It's instilled in us to buy a gun off the street. And we gotta stop that. It's not cool to get legit firearms. I'm making that shit cool. And it's not only me. It's a lot of brothers in this industry making it cool. And we getting a lot of support from the younger generation. Like I looked up to Black Rambo. So that's why it was such a big deal for me to meet him and then to find out he was solid. He was a man of his word, and he showed me a lot. I learned a lot just being around him. I'm glad I could be a icon and a symbol, because I want us to do better. Because you don't want to be in a position where you got to defend yourself and you getting handcuffs slapped on you. That's not a good feeling. I know this.